Okay, hi there guys. Another question regarding the point of sale system. Someone was asking about creating images for each item to be added to the receipt. In other words, if you are using a touch screen, the application should be, um, you know, user-friendly from touch screen point of view. Well, basically what we could do, and a very easy modification, is that we link each image or create a number of buttons, each button displaying a picture, and when you hit a button, what happens is the barcode get inserted here, and the add command will get executed. This way you will perform minimum modification. So let's see how we could do that. So first thing here is that I'm gonna undock this data grid view here. Undock, there we go. And now I'm gonna resize it a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now, next thing we want to do is create some kind of a list of items. Okay, or a list of buttons. So what we could do here is let's see. What is it? What could we use here? This is a little bit yeah, wait a second. Okay, so what am I gonna do here is I'm gonna create these buttons here. Okay, and this will be the normal size of a button. It will be used to display a single item. As for this one, okay, go over here. Where's the anchor? There we go. No problem. And this one's anchor is what? Okay, so we have this button. This is gonna be B1. Okay, this is gonna be B2, followed by B3, followed by B4, B5, and so on. So basically, I'm gonna do this as easy as possible. Okay, so we have these buttons, and each button represent an item. So this should be what? This should be B2. This should be what? This should be B3. This should be B4. And this should be B5. So up to 5 items. Okay. The text for each one of these guys should be removed. There we go. So you have no text here. Now the items, when we want to add an item, we should have a we have to store the location of the image file. Okay, this would be the easiest thing to do. Regardless, as a first step, we will try to assign or create the code that will fill these buttons. We will use text. So there is I'm gonna move these down a little bit. Okay, and now next I'm gonna create this. You'll see why I'm using this button in a minute. I'll create this for navigation in case the number of items is large. So you could, for example, click this button to move to the next set, or yeah, B5. This is gonna be what? B5. So B5, what do we have? RR. This is gonna be LL. Okay, so the RR, simplest thing to do is what? The text should be and this one is like that. Okay, so what should happen is that when you load the information, these buttons should display the values. Okay, there we go. Next, we will create a method to fill these buttons. Okay, so let's go up. Okay, so I create this separate method. So I create this one. This method is used to fill the buttons. There we go. Okay, so here public sub full buttons. Okay, so there's a number of things here. We want to remember what was the last item, or what was the last set of buttons being displayed. So here dimension last set as a set of buttons as integer equals 0. So last sets of buttons. Okay, so here we need to loop over that. So for I equals 0 sorry, last set of buttons to last set of buttons plus 5 minus 1. Okay, so what we need to do is to access the data set and get the item. So the data set here is what is, come on, which one? It's my data set, right? So my data set. So if my data set dot the table name, it's gonna be the what's the name of that? Gosh, items dot rows dot count is smaller than is smaller than is greater than what? I then okay, dimension I as integer. So if there is an item here, then okay, dimension j as integer, dimension p as button, okay, and j equals 0. Okay, so here if j equals 0, then b equal b1. If j equal 1, then b equal b2. If j equal 2, then b equal b3. If j equal 3, then b equal b4. And if j equal 5, then b equal b5. There we go. So if there is a row, what are we gonna do is simply b dot text equals what? B dot text equal my data set dot items dot rows of what? Of I dot field of, and here I'm gonna use item name. I suppose this is the name of the column, right? So data, show data sources. Let's see. So items, item name. Okay, so item, let me say here dot to string. Wait a second. Oh, not field, it's item. I'm sorry. Okay, so here, okay, so we have this guy. This equals nothing. There we go. No problem. So we set the first value, and next we need to set the barcode. So b dot tag equals what? This is going to be equal to my data set dot items dot rows of I dot item of barcode. Okay, so here we are getting the barcode, and what also do we need to do if that doesn't happen? Or yeah, so in that case b dot visible equal false. Okay, and here we have b dot visible equal true. Okay, so this way solve this issue. Save that. We also need to write some code. We need to call this method. I haven't called this method. So full buttons should be called after the load item. So there's this full buttons. Save that. And also, what do we have to do? We need to go to the method items, add item, and we need to call full buttons. Same goes for edit item. Again, full buttons, and remove item. This is for removing an item. Again, full buttons. Okay, and also when we click on this guy, okay, what you want to do now is dot last set of buttons equal dot last set of buttons plus 5. So here if e dot last set of buttons is greater than my data set dot items dot rows dot count, then equal, then this guy will be the same minus yeah, actually let's see, minus what? Minus 5. There we go. Okay, so we make sure everything's well. Same goes for this one. Here we are gonna do the reverse. Let's see, Control V. These two buttons advance and move backwards 5 items at a time. Anyway, so if this one's smaller than 0, so that set of buttons equals 0. There we go. So we just finished this one. I'm gonna save here and I'm gonna run the code. Hopefully it works. And 1, 2, 3 and enter. Okay, so let's go to the oops, you can see the reports get corrupted for some reason. Yeah, go to for receipts. Okay, so you can see these guys, there's nothing here simply because there are no items. So here I'm gonna add an item. So item 1, this will be what? This is gonna be a barcode. Sorry, this is gonna be T by price 1, sell price 2, add. So if we go to for receipt, this one is not updated, right? And I'm getting an error. So let's see what did I do wrong here. So items, is it greater than I? Oh, sorry. I minus 4. Wow, interesting. So here, let me go out of this guy. Let's go here. Let me stop this code. So it seems that I did something wrong over here. So last set of buttons plus 5 minus 4. So this is gonna be 0 plus 5 minus 4. So if wait a second, yeah, if this one is smaller than, okay, no problem. Condition is correct, but the buttons, these buttons, yeah, the last button, sorry, double click here. So I'm checking here, me last set of buttons, smaller than, yeah, I need to check that and see how this one goes. Need to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. So let's have a look. So we have receipt, clicking here. This one should be what? Okay, this is minus 5, right? So this one's already, okay, no, this one is 0, which is correct. So F10, F11, and now we are entering this loop, right? So 0, no problem. Okay, so there's one item which is okay. I'm getting item T. Okay, the rest of buttons get invisible, no problem with that. Okay, since for some reason I'm hiding the first button, right? It's like I am doing this the wrong way. Yeah. So let's have a look at this guy. So here, yeah, this is minus 4, right? Yeah, I need to put another statement here. Now if me dot last set of buttons more than 0, then me dot last set of buttons equals 0. That's it. So this should solve the issue. Okay, so yeah, okay, so the full buttons command is having an issue now. Where is that? So b dot visible. This is really weird. Weird. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this with this guy. So this one, b dot visible true, and yeah, come on. Wait a second. So here I am filling the item. Wait a second. This makes no sense, right? Okay, I know now why I'm getting this error. I forgot to increase the value of j. So j equals j plus 1. There we go. Now this makes sense. 1, 2, 3 and go. So I'm gonna add a new item. This is gonna be T1, sell it by 2. Okay, so let's go to full receipt. You can see that the item T is available. Okay, although it doesn't have anything here, but let me add another one. 2, this is gonna be coffee. How do you write coffee? Okay, add item 3. I 1, 2 items, add item. This is gonna be for B 4 4 4 5. Add items. This is gonna be 5 0 2 3. Okay, so we have 5 items. Let's if you go here, you can see there's tea, coffee, A and O. So we need to add an extra item, no problem. Let's add an item. Okay. Oops. Number 6 is going to be K12. There we go. So if we go to first seat, and now you can see we can move between the items of the receipt. The last one's not being shown, and this one's easy to solve, supposedly. Right? So for I equals, this is 0 plus 5, I guess. Let's see. Okay. 1 2 3, enter. Items, add item 1 1 1 1. Oops. 2. Add items 2 2 2 3. Add items 3 3 3 4. Add items 5 5 5 6. And add item to start this well 4 4 4 5. Okay. And items 6 6 7. There we go. So if we go here, you can see 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is the first set, and we can go and switch between these these guys. Let me see. So 1 2 3 5 4 6. 1 2 3. What is 5? Yeah, it's like this one is being 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. Okay, I think it has to do with the last item, right? So I need to just make sure that this navigation is correct. I'm having problem with figuring out the navigation. I'm not focusing very well, I'm afraid. So you increase this by 5. So if the number, if this one is exceeding, get the count and subtract 5 from that. Okay, no problem. Yeah. So here you add 5. Okay. No problem, I guess. Okay. So the thing we need to do next is what? We want to make this is like this. When you hit the button here, the value will be added to the receipt. So double click on this first button, and this is how the code will look like. Used to add item to receipt. So what should we do here is oops, this is gonna be what? This is text box 1, right? And this is button 1. So text box 1. So text box 1 dot text equals b1 dot tag, and then what should we do is call button 1 method. So button 1 underscore click nothing. So you fill this one, you call application dot do events, so that if there is any kind of operation, it gets executed. So this works for the first button, and also b2 dot click followed by b3 dot click followed by b4 dot click, and finally b5 dot click. There we go. And this is pretty much it. So let's have a look here. 1 2 3, enter. There we go. And items, add item 1 1 1, 2 add 2 2 2 3 add 3 for add, 4 5 add, and 5 6 add, next 7 add. Okay, so we have these guys, right? And now we go to this guy and check this out. I'm gonna hit 1, and as you can see the item got added. I will hit 2, and it seems it didn't work, right? 3. Okay, okay, it seems that they all have the same value, so we need to fix that. So before I do anything, let me run this again, just take a backup. 1 2 3 enter, maintenance backup database, put that on the desktop. Okay, no problem. So let's go to the top and see what did we do wrong here. We obviously made something wrong, which is like that. So here B, B1, B2, B3. Yeah. B dot tag. Yeah. This is one thing here, and here we have another thing, which is B1 dot tag. No problem, I guess. So I'm gonna run this now. Try it out again. 1 2 3 and enter. And okay, so I've done this tag is 2, this tag is a 3, this tag is 4. Wait a second. 0 1 2 3. Oh, this one's 4. I'm sorry. I was wondering why I was getting some error values. Gosh. So this is gonna be the first, this is gonna be the second, this is gonna be the third, this is gonna be the fourth, this is gonna be the fifth, right? So we got these guys. Is 5, right? J equal J plus 1. Okay, so this should be minus 1. Yeah. So found that I made 2 errors. So this is the first, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the last one. Okay, no problem. So we got these. So let me go here and click this one. This is the tag, and done. Okay, so hit the second one. Okay, the problem here is that I'm using B1, so instead of B1 I should use sender. Okay, because the sender here tells me which button sent this event, and the sender could be any one of these. Okay, so by accident I went to the wrong place and found some error, fixed them, and now I fixed these. Okay, so here we can see this 3 3 2. You can see when you click here, no problem, all these get updated, right? And I can navigate to the next one, and you know. Okay, no problem, right? Okay, so as you can see now, clicking on these buttons allows me easily to set the items, and what you might want is to put images here, for example coffee or something like that, and this shouldn't be very difficult. So in order to put an image, you could, for example, here if you click on the button, you can make this fixed image. So where is that? I think there was an I. Where's the letter I? This is image, as you can see here. So I can click here and say import some kind of image, right? And I don't have an image. Okay, I will use Lena here. Okay. Okay, and hit OK. Yeah, you know, this is the test image I use. So you can set the images to be constant values here. Let's run this guy. 1 2 3, hit enter. Maintenance, restore DB. Okay, restore successful. Run that again. 1 2 3, enter. Okay, so if we go to the receipt, you can see that there's an image here, right? So you can click on that, and you can click on that, no problem. Okay, the only difference that I didn't set the images here. Now, what you might want to ask is, what if you want the image to be linked with the item itself, so that the image represents the item? Okay, we'll work on that in just a second. Okay. So continuing our other part, now we just want to add images. So I got these images from Wikipedia. Okay, these are just for test. I won't include in the project. Check the license for these. Anyway, so what we want to do is, now for each item we want to set the what do you call it, the we want to set the image name. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We are going to assume that each image will be stored sorry, we will only store the file location, okay, for the item, only the file location. So in order to do that, this means we need to change our database a little bit. Okay, so what this means, we go to open with and use Microsoft Access. Hit OK. Wait a few seconds, and now we go to items. Now the columns here are the same, but we are going to add another field. So go to design view, and in this case we're going to add another item. This case is going to be what? It's going to be file name, and this is going to be text. Okay, this will represent full path of the image. Gonna save, close this. Come on. Okay, say yes. There we go, and it's finished. This part is finished. So in order to continue our work, we will have to go to our where is it? We need to go to the data set here. This is our data set, right? So the items table is here. I'm gonna right click and select add and select column, and this is gonna be file name. Now this is only the name of the file. What you need to do is go to the properties, and in the source you'll find here here you should write the name of the column in the database table. Okay, and it is file name. It's the same name. Okay, and this is pretty much it. Okay, what also do we need to do? Yeah, I think this is the first part. What we need to do in our project is add item. Go to add item, and here you will need to set the image itself. So we will change this a little bit. Move these down here. Move this down here. This is gonna be what? Oops. My mouse is creating double clicks all the time. Oh, come on. Not again. There we go. Okay. Now for this one, this is gonna be image. There we go. This is the image. And For this, I'm gonna make this read only. Where is it? Read only. This is read only, and I will put a button, a browse button here. Come on, there we go. And it will have ellipses. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, there we go. Maybe. Okay. So you put this one, and now what we need to do is okay. I'm sorry. So here, select a file. Dimension OFD as a new open file dialog. OFD.filter equals start.jpg pipe start.jpg, because we want to select only JPEG files. Sorry. Next, if OFD.show dialog, then what's the name of this text box? This text box 5. Show dialog equal cancel, then text box 5 dot text equals nothing else. Text box 5 dot text equal OFD dot file name. Okay, this way we have a full file name, no problem. And when we hit the add button, we need to call the method here. And basically we need to build a solution. We should get an error soon. No, we didn't get an error. Okay, so where is this guy? This insert. Okay, let's go to the dataset and update it. We need to update the dataset. Table adapter. So this is file name, unique, null value, name, etc, etc. So let me click on the adapter. Where is the insert? This is the insert command, right? So insert by price, sell price, and there should be another command, sorry, another column. Yeah. So now this one get updated. You need a question mark over here. Execute query. Yep, no problem. Okay, and hit OK. There we go. So yeah, 1 2 3 4 5, and yeah, parameters here. Okay, so all is updated accordingly. We're gonna build this one. We're gonna get an error, of course. There we go. So here we add item. Is gonna be text box 5 dot text. There we go. No problem. So now we can specify the file name. Of course, we need to update the backup and restore. This main window, maintenance, backup database. Right. Okay, where's that? Where's this model? Yeah, save DB. We don't need to do anything. It's gonna update itself right away. So let's try this out. Let's see how we can add items. Okay. 1 2 3 and enter. Okay. So items, add another item. It's going to be one item name. Let's say coffee, for example, by price 1 2, and here we want to select this item. Open the file, no problem. And here we add. Okay, the image file is not being displayed, no problem with that. What we need to do next is, well, display the image of coffee. in here. Okay, so to do this, we need to go to the same part of code where we filled the text and replace the text with the image itself. So where is it? Not this method, it's here. So here what we want to do this b.image equal nothing, right? Okay, dimension b as byte equals system IO file read all bytes, and here this is gonna be my data set dot items dot rows of I dot item of file name. Now the problem with this one, IMGP, the problem with this one is here we are assuming that the file is already there. Sorry, the image file is being specified and there is no error reading this file. So what we need to do is to use try catch to capture any kind of error and prevent our program from crashing. So here we will load the data, dimension mems as a new memory system IO memory stream IMGB. Okay, and we need that because we will create the image. Dimension img as new image, sorry, as image dot equals image dot from stream. There we go. mems. There we go. So first step will be used to load the image. Second step will be used to create stream from the loaded information, and the last step will be used to create the image itself, and finally b.image equal img. It's as simple as that. Here, if there's any kind of error, we shouldn't execute further. Okay, so we need to add another check here. So if this guy equals nothing, then well, actually if it doesn't equal nothing, in that case okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, so if the item doesn't equal nothing, we will load the information. If any kind of error happens, b.image equal nothing. Simple. So let's save that. Let's run. Hopefully it works. 1 2 3 and enter. And items, add item. This is item number 1. This is gonna be coffee by price 1 2, and the image should be this coffee. Okay, and wait a second, this is db null, right? So I'm gonna add this is to avoid null values. Yep. So if I go to receipt, okay, no problem, it didn't work. Yep. Okay. Okay, let's go here. Wait a second, I think I figured out why we are not getting the values here. Because the table items or data set is not updated. Data set doesn't have this column. Let's have a look here. Sorry. So we have file name here. Where's the full method? Okay. Let's update that. The file name was not included. There we go. Now it's included here. Do you want to regenerate updated commands? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I want. Do you want to update queries reflect changes you made? Okay, I'm gonna say yes. Hopefully things are not ruined. Build the solution. Coffee. Only these two? Okay. Okay. And sorry for this, but my nephew is serving me some coffee. This is one of the advantages of having a nephew. Okay, coffee. 1, 2. Ouch, I forgot to fold this one. Okay, so I'm gonna remove, yeah, cancel. Items, remove. Add items. 1, coffee. 1, 2, and here, select add. So this one should be what? This should give me, yeah, now we're getting a file. We're loading the bytes, create memory stream, and all looks well. Continue. Okay, so if we go to for receipt, you can see that the image is very large. It's not displayed in the button itself, so we need to put some control. Okay, in order to do that, we just go to main window and go to the receipt, this one here, and we should have what the size. Where's the image part? There should be, go to the image. So image align, middle center, no problem. Image index, image list. Yeah, well, actually it seems that you need to set the image size to something appropriate. Yeah, so not sure what are the dimensions here, but I guess we could set it to 16 by 16. So let's have this image resized. I guess I could go here and say GIMP. Okay, I will use GIMP to resize the image and create a 16 by 16 one. Okay. Yeah, takes some time. My computer is too slow. Come on. Sorry guys, just taking some time. Thanks. Okay. So here, this is the image, and I'm gonna say scale this image into, let me say maybe 32 by 32 and see how it goes. 32, well, no need. 32 and scale that. Okay, I think this will be good, right? And save that. Just save, no problem. This one will be the same image and scale down, scale image. Again 32 by 32 and scale it down and save. Yes, save that. And the last one, and image, scale it down. Okay, 32, 32. Okay, so we have these images scaled down now, and we are ready, right? So let's go back to our project. Let's run the application now, and 1, 2, 3, enter. Okay, so if we go to the receipt, you can see this is the coffee, and there is some text over here, so we want to handle that. So in order to do this, I will go to the code itself again. Now if well, this is the thing, if there is nothing to sorry, if there's a problem, don't display image and display the text. If there's no problem, don't display the text, just keep the image. This is what we want to do. Else, where's that? Else, display the text. If there's no file specified, okay, display the item name. Okay, so save and run. And 1 2 3 go. Come on, item, add item. So one, this is gonna be what? Coffee. 1 1 2. Where is the coffee? This is the coffee. Add. You can see this is coffee, as you can see. Okay, so 5 pieces of coffee. No, piece of coffee. How is that even possible? Okay, so cake. How do you write cake? Right? 3 4. Select an image. Which one to use? Well, this one looks delicious. Add. So you can see here now. Yeah. For the first one, we remove it, and so this is one cake, right? And yeah. So total price is 4, right? And coffee. Oops, sorry. Okay, so we have this and this, no problem. We have these two guys, and this is pretty much it. There is one last thing I've noticed here. I am using application do event. This could create problems. Let me disable it and try it out. Sometimes application do event create problems. So item, add item, 1 coffee, 1 2. This is the first. Add 2 cake, 3 4, and choose this add for receipt. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Okay, and remove. Okay, so when I am removing, I've just noticed something is that when I'm removing an item, the total does not get updated. I need to do that. Okay, it seems that the last version of the application wasn't didn't work well. Okay, sorry about that. Come on. Okay, so where's the remove part? So remove this one, and you need to update the calculation, right? Get export compute total for the receipt. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, this is very important. Okay, so I guess this is it. This is how you could create some kind of visual interface for your point of sale system. You see that we didn't do lots of modifications. We just defined number of buttons. Each button will display coffee. For this interface, we made it like a little bit small. You could create the buttons larger than this. Okay, it's very possible. Yeah. Cake. No, I would like to have a cake. Yeah. So you can see now this is displaying these two items, so you can select whatever you like, and I'm gonna remove the coffee, and now the total is being displayed correctly. Okay, and basically you could use these in order to navigate when the number of items is too high. Okay, there are many items, so you can use these to navigate. So I'll be posting this code on the new website at mkasoft.com. Okay, if you have any kind of questions or suggestions, send them to notes at mkasoft.com or notes at mka-soft.com. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.